Hello, everybody. This is Fernando for the latest Ghosts and Spirits of the Week video. I thought I would mix one in here before I start the other series, the one involving the mysteries and oddities. The reason for it was because I came across this bit of fascinating and interesting news just today. So, anytime I come across something that falls under one of my categories and I find it to be interesting enough, I definitely share it with you here. So it has to do with this. It's the idea there's a phenomenon of sorts. Maybe it's been out there for a while, but it's definitely picked up within the most recent set of years there in Thailand. And if you see this on a plane, then chances are you have now been, I guess, close enough to this new phenomenon. It's called, very, very interesting stuff. It's Luk Thep, Luk and then Thep. That's what it's called, Luk Thep. And it's the idea that there are people out there that are taking these lifelike dolls, which you're looking at a picture of now, with them everywhere they go because they are treating them as if they're real children. Now, before, let's say, you dismiss the idea of that, like of adults playing with dolls, here's the reason why it gets fascinating. These are not just any ordinary dolls, though. These are not like just your average Cabbage Patch dolls that maybe children had that they carried around. No, these are special dolls because of this. It's the idea that they have been blessed or they have had some kind of incarnation, generally done by Buddhist monks, that in turn create a spirit or draw the spirit of a child into the doll. So that's the phenomenon that's going on. It's people thinking that they have the I guess almost like the ability to have the spirit of a child within a doll, and then that's why they have so much reverence for these specific dolls. By the way, Luk Thep stands, I guess, as a loose translation for child angel. So that's why it is essentially the spirit of a child. And the whole notion of it is very popular there in Thailand. In fact, you're looking at pictures of people who reverently take their dolls everywhere they go. They treat them just as children. They start feeding them, in essence, as much as they could in that part. They start clothing them. They start taking them on flights. They make sure they get seatbelts placed. And also, they do this because not just, I guess, they're trying to take care of what they see as a positive hobby, but if they do so, they also receive some very good fortune. I found this article here from CNN from earlier this year. If you have a chance, check it out. I've included the link below. But it sums up some pretty good information about these dolls, how they've taken off, I guess, as a phenomenon, especially there in Thailand, and most interestingly enough, how certain businesses have been adapting to this. So, again, I tie it to what I started at the beginning. If you're on an airplane and you happen to see someone holding a doll either carefully in their arms or more importantly, placing them into a separate seat because most likely they actually bought an actual seat for that doll. Yes, they actually did. Like they purchased a separate seat, just like you would in this case, like a small child. If you see that, then that is what you're witnessing here. The businesses, especially the airlines there, are apparently adapting to this phenomenon. They are, in some cases, taking the approach that yes, this is something that people are becoming interested in, so we're going to offer a price for those seats. And as long as they can prove that I guess they're using it for the dolls specifically, then yes, that's it. That's what they can do. As one put it, the customers can put the dolls on their lap while flying, and if they want to buy a seat, it is the most expensive price possible, meaning in the sense that rather than putting the doll, let's say, in some kind of luggage or some kind of baggage that's free, nope, in this case you're paying another price for another seat, and that is truly the most expensive price possible. Now, that being said, sure enough, some people are taking advantage of this phenomenon, and what they're doing is knowing that businesses can't really do much to these dolls because people that truly believe in this stuff will get very, very sensitive. Let's say if those dolls are searched, or if they're opened up, or maybe if they're scanned, because to them, again, they're treating it just like a child. And that's not going to happen with any normal child. So some people, the bad guys, they're taking advantage of it by putting illegal contrabands within dolls. So clearly these bad guys have no concern about, let's say, the Luk Thep notion that they believe in these children living in the dolls. Nope, they're just using a doll and just pretending to be like one of the others people that believes in that phenomenon, just for the sole sake of putting contraband within the dolls and then hoping that they could get away with it. So some of the other airlines have still taken the stance that they're just treating these dolls like any other dolls, as one of the CEOs of an airline called NOK Air mentioned. So that is their stance as well. But yes, pretty interesting phenomenon. You know that I've dedicated some of my past Ghosts and Spirits videos to the notion of dolls who may be living, Robert the Doll being, I guess, the most popular one within my entire series. So here you have now Robert the Doll times who knows how many times, because all these creepy looking dolls that you've just seen, and basically the people that believe in them, well, it's all those people thinking that they truly have, in this case, a child within them. I'm not knocking them down. I'm not saying that that's bad or anything. More power to what people want to believe in. But it's interesting to see how this is playing out there in Thailand, and if it gets popular enough, who knows where this will stretch out. And then it's also so interesting to me, because I'm a big business fan, how other businesses are both tapping into this, I guess, by making sure that you could buy the best clothing for your Luk Thep doll, or your best accessories for your Luk Thep doll, and then of course the airlines adapting to it too. All very interesting stuff. So has anyone seen this phenomenon in person? It is bound to be seen somewhere here in America, especially with so many people traveling internationally, both to and from Thailand. So if anyone has seen something like that, please post those comments below. It would be very, very interesting to hear. So, all right, everybody. Thanks again as always. Take care.